Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're following a desperate journey in search of a miraculous cure where every second counts and sacrifice is the only currency. Will our hero manage to get what he's searching for in the end, or will the price be too high? Stay tuned because we're going to uncover everything. But before we start, if you enjoy this adrenaline and want to see more, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now get your heart ready and let's dive into this story. The scene opens in a setting of pure destruction. A city in ruins, with a smoking crater at its center, debris from a fierce battle everywhere. Our protagonist, Jinwoo, emerges from amidst the rubble. He is visibly exhausted, but determined. A holographic screen materializes in front of him, displaying the item, Purified Blood of the Demon Monarch. The description states that the liquid was obtained by purifying the blood of the Demon Monarch Baran, and that, although it contains powerful magic, it still has traces of poison. To neutralize it and use it as a remedy, specific materials are required, a fragment of the world tree and water from the spring in the Echo Forest. Jinwoo says out loud that he finally has all the ingredients. Immediately, the system offers the option to create the item Elixir of Life. A new screen shows the three components coming together, the purified blood, the tree fragment, and the spring water forming the elixir. The system asks if he wants to create the item, with a warning. The success rate and the quantity of the item will vary based on the player's intelligence level. Jinwoo is tense. A bead of sweat runs down his face. Ezeo, his elf companion, notices his apprehension and asks if he's okay. With a steady and determined gaze, he confirms the creation. The system displays a progress bar creating. The tension is palpable. Jinwoo anxiously awaits the result. His eyes reflect the barren landscape and the setting sun, perhaps symbolizing hope and the weight of responsibility. The creation bar fills up. Creation successful. Zerenia announces the system. You have acquired 6 item Elixir of Life. A visible sense of relief washes over Jinwoo. The Elixir of Life item screen appears again, now with the description, a mystical potion that cures all diseases using powerful magic. A whole vial must be consumed for the potion's full effect. Jinwoo wonders if this will be enough to cure his mother's eternal sleep. Suddenly a tremor. Iron, his Shadow Knight, emerges from the shadows, followed by the defeated body of the demon dragon Kaiser. Iron offers a respectful thumbs up. Jinwoo, surprised by the appearance of his new servant, comments on the miracle and the perfect timing. He approaches the dragon's body and with a command, "Rise." A massive bluish shadow emerges, materializing into a dark and powerful version of Kaiser. Ezeo is left speechless by the grandeur of the new summon. Jinwoo needs to name his new shadow. After a few mentally comical attempts like Kaiselia or Karkalim, recalling his struggle with names, he settles on Kaisel. The shadow dragon roars in approval. Ezeo, excited, suggests that with Kaisel's help, they'll return home quickly and be able to celebrate with her father. Jinwoo, however, has other plans. He tells Ezeo that he needs to test the elixir as soon as possible, and using his new shadow exchange ability, he says goodbye. The ability allows him to switch places with a designated shadow soldier, but it has a 3-hour cooldown. He activates the ability, his desert cloak falls to the ground, and his feet begin to sink into a shadow that forms beneath him. He gives a final farewell to Ezeo, who is disappointed but understanding. Jinwoo disappears into the shadow, and in his place, a shadow soldier appears. Ezeo, a bit resigned, accepts the situation. A system notification informs that, since the dungeon boss has been defeated, the dungeon will return to its original state. The scene shifts and we see Jinwoo reappearing in a dark alley in his city, switching places with one of his shadow soldiers who had been patrolling the area. He realizes that the ability has a 3-hour cooldown and that the best way to get home quickly is by summoning Kaisel. He leaps onto the rooftop and summons the shadow dragon, which appears majestically in the night sky. Jinwoo mounts Kaisel and flies toward the hospital, where his mother is hospitalized. Meanwhile, in an office, we see the president of the Korean Hunters Association, Go Geon-hee, talking with his assistant, Woo Jin-choo. They discuss an operation on Jeju Island, which is infested with monstrous ants. The plan involves using S-rank hunters as bait to attract the ants, and then using a signal to disrupt their collective mind, allowing another group to eliminate the queen. Woo Jin-choo expresses concern about the effectiveness of the signal. Go Jian-hee states that the preparations must be flawless, as the hunters cannot be sent without proper preparation. He mentions that he was unable to contact the hunter Sung Jinwoo. Back at the hospital, Jinwoo arrives at his mother's room. She is bedridden, pale, with marks from the illness on her neck, and connected to medical devices. The camera focuses on a heart monitor. Jinwoo sits beside her, recalling difficult moments, such as his mother burning herself because of him when he was a child and her suffering. He feels guilty, thinking that all of this is because of him. With the elixir of life in hand, he hesitates, fearing that she won't be able to swallow it or that the elixir won't work. Even so, he decides to try, stating that he fought hard to get to this point and that he wants to believe. He gently lifts his mother and brings the vial to her lips, pouring the liquid. A soft, multicolored light emanates from the elixir and from his mother's body. Jinwoo watches, anxious and hopeful. His mother's eyes begin to move beneath her eyelids. He calls out to her, overcome with emotion. Slowly she opens her eyes. With a weak voice, she recognizes him. Jinwoo, my son. Tears stream down Jinwoo's face. She asks how long she has been asleep. Jinwoo, his voice choked with emotion, replies that it has been 4 years. She then asks about Dinah, her sister. Jinwoo answers that she is doing well too. His mother, with a serene smile, says, "Thank you, my son. You kept your promise to me." She notices the injuries on Jinwoo's face and, worried, asks how he got hurt and what he had to do for her. Jinwoo, crying, simply says it was nothing. The scene ends with the two embracing as the light of the elixir envelops his mother, healing her. The next day, the news spreads. A doctor, incredulous, tells another that a patient in an eternal sleep has woken up and that her vital signs are normal, with the family requesting her discharge. Jinwoo's sister, Gina, runs excitedly to meet their mother, who is now standing and healthy. The two embrace in an emotional reunion, while Jinwoo watches from a distance with a relieved smile. He thinks that everything he did was worth it, and that this was the reward he had always wanted. However, the peace is only momentary. He looks at a photo of his family with his father absent and reflects that, as a hunter, he has crossed a line from which he may never return. Suddenly he feels a powerful wave of mana. At the Hunter Association, Gogunri also senses the same wave, coming from the gym where the rank S hunters are training. Arriving there, accompanied by Woo Jin-chu and Choi Chong-gim, a rank S hunter in a red suit, they observe the Korean and Japanese rank S hunters. Baek Yoon-ho, one of the Korean hunters, is engaged in an intense training fight against the Japanese hunter. Jinwoo's presence is noticed. Ryuji Goto, the master of the Japanese guild and considered the strongest hunter in Japan, proposes a fight among the combat hunters, suggesting a free-for-all format due to the chaotic nature of the upcoming raid on Jeju Island. What an exciting twist, right? Seeing Jinwoo's mother finally wake up after so much effort was truly moving. If this journey left you on the edge of your seat and eager for what's coming next, you know what to do. Leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any details of the next adventure. Now tell me in the comments, what did you think of Jinwoo's decision to use the elixir, and what are your expectations for this gathering of hunters on Jeju Island? I'm really looking forward to hearing your opinion. Take care and see you next time.